What's good, guys? Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. And tonight, I am continuing to beat my head against the wall and try to pick up a perfect score in Wrestling Jeopardy. Last time, I got rocked. First time, I think that I had gotten anything wrong in the $200 category. They really got me bad with the Wrestle Rock Rumble category. I'm hoping to turn things around tonight. So, as always, feel free to play along. I'm shooting for the perfect score, but I'm going to keep track of my score right here. So, if you want to play against me, you'll be able to know what you are up against. If you enjoy this kind of content, before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe to the channel and make sure you give Wrestle Trivia a sub as well. They be putting out new episodes every single week, so I'm pretty far behind on these because we do not do this every single week, kind of in every other kind of a deal. But no idea what this one's all about, so let's check it out. Wrestling Jeopardy, let's do it.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin.
Another sick shirt.
Callis. Yeah! Welcome to another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy, and I really hope that at the end of this game, your final score will be number one, like the good old...
I hope so,
and
too.
not a score or something you'd be really embarrassed about.
Haktua. Oh, I knew they were going to throw her in there.
On that note, let's go to the board now and check out the categories you'll be quizzed on, starting with...
All right, so this is a patriotic
All-American Wrestling.
Shows you how far
followed
behind I
by
am.
flag matches, and then the 4th of July, Patriotic Tag Team Names, and last but certainly not least,
I feel better about
States
this one.
Champions.
And his name is...
Now, if you're a seasoned vet, you can go back to flipping hot dogs, hamburgers, or shooting off fireworks for this next part. But if you're new to Wrestling Jeopardy, on your screen now are the not-so-extreme rules, so you understand exactly how this interactive play-along trivia competition where you're the contestant actually works.
No, this would never happen on Canada Day.
Let's start off with a bang here. The 200-point round, the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy.
You said that last time, and then I got one wrong, the easiest round.
Nicknamed Mean Gene, this 2006 WWE Hall of Famer was the longest-running host of WWF All-American Wrestling.
Who is Mean Gene Okerlund? Who I unfortunately missed my chance to meet him.
And the correct answer, who is Mean Gene Okerlund?
I had tickets to meet him at a meet and greet some years ago, and he never showed up.
In a high-stakes flag match at SummerSlam 2014, this super athlete proved too much for Jack Swagger.
Who is Rusev? Pre-Rusev Day.
Now, the rules of a flag match have always been kind of loosey-goosey, but you also don't want to take the flag and stick it down your pants like Mr. America.
I totally forgot about that. I think he was just trying to stick it in his belt.
Which was won by Rusev. Swagger refused to submit to
Rusev's
accolade, instead losing the match when he passed out from the excruciating pain. And that brings us to the 4th of July for 200.
Swagger.
At the end of Monday Night Raw on July 4th, 2005, Shawn Michaels turned on this wrestler and set up what would become the infamous Icon versus Icon match at that year's SummerSlam.
You just showed him, brother. Brother, who is Hulk Hogan?
And that would be, who is Hulk Hogan?
Brother.
Which brings us to Patriotic Tag Team Names for 200. Who are the real Americans?
We just talked about this guy, too. Who is Swagger and Cesaro?
And that would be Cesaro and the aforementioned Jack Swagger. All right, let's close out the 200-point round with U.S. champions. This wrestler slash YouTuber defeated Rey Mysterio at WWE Crown Jewel in November 2023 to capture his first United States Championship.
Who is Logan Paul? Finally, back where we were supposed to be, sweeping the 200-point round.
All right, hopefully you went 5 for 5 there.
Indeed,
and got yourself
we did.
A
5 for
sparkly
5.
1,000 points.
Unlike the last time.
On to the 400-point round. WWF All-American Wrestling was a TV show that ran from September 1983 to October 1994.
It always had weird times
All-American
that it was on,
cable
I
television
remember.
network.
I remember not ever being able to find it much, but it was on USA Network.
And the correct answer, what is
USA,
the USA Network?
USA,
It
USA.
begins with a U, it ends with an A, it has a middle initial F.
Which brings us to flag matches for 4. This Canadian faction defeated the team of The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Dude Love in a flag match on a July 1997 edition of Monday Night Raw.
Who is the Hart Foundation? The Fart Foundation.
Ah, yes, 1997, the year of flag matches in the WWF. The correct answer is, who are the Hart Foundation?
The Fart Foundation.
Moving on to the 4th of July for 4. This first ever double steel cage gimmick match took place on July 4th, 1987, when the Road Warriors, Nikita Koloff, Dusty Rhodes, and Paul Ellering defeated the Four Horsemen.
They said double steel cage. I was thinking one inside the other, but what is War Games?
And the answer, what is War Games? Or, as it was known back then, War Games, the Match Beyond.
The Match Beyond.
We're on to Patriotic Tag Team Names for 400. Who was American Alpha?
Who are Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. Tremendous
a successful
tag team.
NXT tag team that didn't necessarily pan out when they got called up to the main roster. The correct answer, who are Chad Gable and Jason Jordan?
They split them up too early,
closing
and then
out
Jordan
U.S.
had
champs for
career-ending
400.
injury.
John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge came to an abrupt halt at Hell in a Cell 2015 when this Mexican superstar made his surprise return and defeated the champ in just 7 minutes to win the U.S. title.
Who is Alberto Del Rio? I didn't do the roll very well that time.
And that would be, who is
With
Alberto
Zeb Coulter,
Del
which was
Rio?
strange.
All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus the daily double floating around and Final Jeopardy. It's that time during the game where I do a little shameless plug. If you're enjoying yourself as much as I am, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the ringy-dingy notification icon bell so you get notified whenever we come out with a brand new episode of Wrestling Jeopardy, which is every weekend. Yeah! Starting off the 600-point round with All-American Wrestling,
we're still
the premiere episode was
far.
devoted entirely to this All-American amateur wrestling standout, who in 1983 had been WWF champion for over 5 years.
Who is Bob Backlund? Mr. Bob Backlund to you.
The All-American standout was the kid from Princeton, Minnesota. Who is Bob Backlund? And before I move on to the next question, you got to take a look at this clip of Vince McMahon from this first episode of All-American Wrestling. He looks like a deer in headlights.
And watch Bob Backlund as he met Ken Patera.
No! Oh my God! What? He just glitched out. What was that? I've never seen that
John
before.
Cena defeated his longtime rival Rusev in a flag match at WWE Battleground 2017, which fittingly took place in this U.S. city known also as the birthplace of America.
Oh no. Philadelphia?
And the answer, the city of brotherly love, not
what a
brother
guess.
love. What is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? Let's go to the 4th of July for 6.
The Daily
There it
Double.
is, the Daily Double for this
we're at
episode in the
4,200,
category
everybody.
of the 4th
That's
of
where you
July.
should be at if you
Think
got
about how
everything
much
right
you
so
know
far.
about wrestling events and wrestling things that have happened on that date, the 4th of July.
I'm just going to risk everything because I just
place
have
your
to get it
wager
right.
now.
That's really the goal. So I'm risking 4,200.
All right, time is up. Let's go to the clue. On the July 4th, 2002 edition of SmackDown, Hulk Hogan and Edge defeated this team and captured the WWE World Tag Team Championship for the first time.
Oh my God. Who was La Resistance? That's not right.
Of course, by that I mean that was Hogan's first time capturing the tag team straps.
Is that
when
Un-Americans?
Hogan and Edge
Billy
defeated
and Chuck.
Billy
Damn it.
and Chuck.
Oh, the Daily Double got me.
Patriotic Tag Teams for
Now I'm at
600.
0.
Who were the U.S. Express?
God, that sucks. Who are Wyndham and Rotunda?
It could be multiple answers on this question.
Damn it, dude.
The most famous U.S. Express just got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame was
Indeed
Barry
they do.
Windham
I have
and Mike
the
Rotundo.
shirt in
Would have
my
also
closet.
accepted Mike Rotundo and the Golden Boy, Danny Spivey.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
And closing out the
I don't think
600-point
of them as
round with
Spivey
U.S.
and Rotundo.
champions, this wrestler's initial run with the WWE U.S. title was defined by a feud against Matt Hardy that resulted in many contests
That was a fun
to decide
feud.
the better man, such as pizza eating, chess, and basketball.
Who is MVP Montel Vontavious Porter?
And the answer, who
Damn, Daily
is
Double
MVP?
got me, man. I'm still butthurt about that.
Moving on to the 800-point round, All-American Wrestling was canceled in 1994 and replaced by Action Zone, a new
Yeah,
show
the Action
hosted
Zone,
by
that's
Todd
right.
Pettengill and this
think that
alter
was only,
ego
like,
of
syndicated.
Michael P.S. Hayes.
Who is Doc Hendricks? Action Zone is another one I didn't see a lot of because it was weird, always like weird time slots.
And the correct answer, who is Doc Hendricks? Brings us to flag matches for 800. Nikolai Volkov sparked a Cold War rivalry against this former United States Armed Forces member in a series of flag matches, including a clash at WrestleMania 2.
Who is Corporal Kirshner? Pretty sure.
And the answer, who
Yeah. Say it's
was
not
Corporal
Sarge.
Kirshner.
Because Slaughter was gone by then.
We're on to the 4th of July for 800. On July 4th, 1993, Lex Luger arrived via helicopter aboard this U.S. battleship in New York City and proceeded to body slam the 550-pound WWF champion Yokozuna.
What is the Intrepid? I think.
And the answer we're looking for here, what is the USS Intrepid?
How did I get this,
Right,
but not the
moving
Daily
on to
Double, damn it?
Patriotic Tag Teams for
Damn
800.
it.
Who were the Patriots?
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. The Patriots, I don't remember that.
Hailing from none other than WCW Special
like
Forces, the
Firebreaker
Patriots
Chip and-
were Todd
Oh, that's
Champion
right, it
and
was.
Firebreaker Chip.
We're getting fired up and we're
As soon
ready
as
to
he said
rock.
WCW.
Closing out the 800-point round.
All right, it's two wrong.
After suffering a legitimate broken neck, this wrestler was forced to vacate the WCW United States title in late 1992 after nearly 14 months as champion.
Who is Ravishing Rick Rude?
And that would be Ravishing
Sting
Rick
match.
Rude.
He's simply ravishing.
And now it's time for the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy, the 1,000-point round. The steel cage
All right, so now
from
I'm only
War
at
Games
4,400
begins to
because of
lower.
the
The ominous
Daily
music
Double.
begins to play. You got to get your thinking caps on
But two
for
wrong
these final
in this
5
episode.
questions
Definitely better.
before we get to Final Jeopardy.
Definitely
So let's
better than
kick
the
things
last
off,
episode.
Going back to All-American Wrestling for 1,000. One notable episode of All-American Wrestling took place before this WrestleMania in March of 1993, with Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby the Brain Heenan infiltrating WWF headquarters to try and get a word with President Jack Tunney.
What is WrestleMania 9?
And this took place before one of the worst WrestleManias of all
WrestleMania
time.
9.
That would be in Las Vegas, WrestleMania 9.
I think it was both of their last
Come with me.
WrestleManias.
Brings us to the final clue from flag matches. The very first flag match on record occurred on December 25th, 1984 in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, when
84.
this wrestler defeated his former tag partner, Ivan Koloff.
Who is Crusher Khrushchev?
Now, some of you old school fans have been requesting more questions from the territory days. Well, I hope you're happy with this
Don
one because the answer
Kernodle,
here is
yeah.
the pride of the Carolinas, Don Kernodle.
I thought it was Barry Darso.
Let's finish up 4th of July for 1,000.
that was after,
On July
I
4th,
guess.
2006, this wrestler defeated Rob Van Dam to become ECW champion and the first person to win the WWF, WCW, and ECW world titles.
It was WWE on ECW though. Does that count? Who is the Big Show? I need to say it before it gets out. If I run out of time.
And this answer, well, it's the Big Show. Finishing up Patriotic Tag Team Names for 1,000.
I don't think anybody
I'll give you
like
a little hint with this one.
won
Who
all 3 of them.
are the infantry who wrestle in AEW and Ring of Honor?
Oh, I have no clue. I have no idea.
And that would be Captain Sean Dean and Carly Bravo.
I maybe would have got Sean
close
Dean,
out the
but
board.
I would not
United
have gotten
States
Bravo.
champions for 1,000. I never said it was only going to be about singles champs. The WCW United States Tag Team Championship was retired in 1992 after this duo defeated the Fabulous Freebirds
Make sure
for the
I don't
belts.
marker on my face. Who are the Steiner brothers?
The correct answer here is who were Dirty Dick Slater
Wow, what a
and
deep
the
cut.
Barbarian.
Hey, Tommy Young.
All right,
What a
remember,
deep
hopefully your
cut.
score is trending towards USA #1.
Not
but
so
first,
much.
it's time for Final Jeopardy. Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that category. The Great American Bash. This patriotic event traces its history back to the National Wrestling Alliance in 1985. In a break from tradition at one point, the event was given the more universal
Bash.
moniker of the
Yeah,
Bash.
I didn't like
However,
that.
the Star-Spangled Showdown
Now it's,
returned to its
what,
red,
NXT
white, and
thing?
blue roots thanks to NXT in
Yeah,
2020.
that's right.
All right, so think about how much you know about the Great American Bash and its storied history, and place your wager now.
All right, well, I've got 5 wrong this episode, so the perfect score is out the window. My total is 6,400, lost out on the daily double, so we're just going to risk everything.
All right, time is up here.
Let me know
This
what your score is in the
episode's
comments
Final Jeopardy
down below.
clue. The 1998 Great American Bash was headlined
got this.
by a singles match between these 2 wrestlers to settle a dispute over the WCW
titles.
Tag Team titles, which had become interlaced with the rivalry between the now
Wolfpack
divided
and NWO Hollywood.
Good luck.
They want the match. Who is the Giant versus Sting? Wolfpack versus NWO Hollywood. Appropriately enough, I'm wearing my Outsiders hoodie.
The 1998 Great American Bash was headlined by a singles match between
that was
these
the main
2
event,
wrestlers
a singles
to
match
settle a
for the
dispute
tag
over the
titles.
WCW Tag Team titles, which had become
Goldberg had a
interlaced
match
with
earlier
the
for
rivalry between the now divided
world
NWO.
title, but he
After
did main
reading
event
that, you
'cause it
really
was
want to know
against,
what
like,
killed
Conan, I
WCW
think.
booking like this. The correct answer.
Yes,
Who
sir.
is Sting and the Giant.
And the Giant.
And that does it for another.
All right, that does it for another failure on my part in Wrestling Jeopardy. But we got Final Jeopardy right. That daily double killed us. A total of 5 wrong this episode, which I think is still less than the last time. That's how bad I did. But total score of 12,800, like I said earlier. Let me know your score in the comments down below. And I have to keep on trying. I'm somewhat trending back in the right direction for a perfect score, but nowhere close. So the challenge continues next time here on Headlocks and Hot Packs. But that's all I got for you on this one. I'll see you guys on the next one.